welcome everybody. Today we will quickly summarize our part 2 in our hip patient. You remember we followed our hip patient for part 1, the hip labral repair and hip arthroscopy. So I promise you a surprise, and this is our surprise. Lisa, she's actually the real patient, and she's going to tell us about her history, and I'm going to ask her a few questions. So the most important aspect of this whole conversation is about the patient's voice. And as you know, the patient's voice is actually the most important aspect in clinical practice, and we need to listen to the patient's voice. And this is what research recommends in these last 2 to 3 years, and we want to listen to you, Lisa. Can you give us a bit of history on your left hip?
Yes, sure. As you know, I'm 40 years old. I've been active my whole life. I've been an avid runner. I played sports during school, and I have 4 children. And after my twins was born, it was about 3 years after they were born. That was in 2019 they were born, so it was in 2021, 2022. I entered for a trail race, and I started, just gaining momentum in running, getting back into running, trail running specific. And I started noticing in my flexor pain, especially my left hip flexor, where I didn't have pain usually. And I just thought it's because of the amount of just the extra running kilos I put on. And then I entered the race, and I did the race, and then after it was a stage race, and then afterwards I thought, okay, I'll just make my kilos a bit less. Then I started noticing the pain not going away, so I went to a physio, and she said she thinks I have a hip impingement, and I must go and see I must take an X-ray and just see what's happening. And I went to a orthopedic specialist in Bloem, and he told me, no, I've got hip dysplasia, and he said that I can never run again. That was basically what he said. He said, if I can advise you, just stop running, start cycling, or otherwise you're going to get a hip replacement. I was obviously very shocked by the news, and I couldn't accept it because why would I only at this stage of my life know about it? But I must say, I always had an impingement in my right hip. I have had it since I could remember, but I just thought it was just part of my biology. I didn't think anything about it. I went to physios before and even to chiropractors, nobody could actually give me a diagnosis of what's happening. So this made a little bit of sense in my head, that my right hip was actually compromising the whole time for what is happening in my left hip. Went through a series of people and friends that you always go to someone else's opinion. I got someone's opinion in Cape Town, an orthopedic surgeon there, and he confirmed the condition that I had, that it's hip dysplasia, but he told me to go to an orthopedic surgeon in Pretoria, Dr. Chris Snickers. And then, yes, I went to him and we did a series of tests and x-rays, and he also confirmed my condition, and he advised first that I must get a hip scope. Okay, should I stop there or can I continue the process? Yes. Okay. So it sounds to me like a good thing, and also the first thing actually before that, I actually went to Arnold, to a biokineticist, because I thought maybe I was just strengthened because I'm weak. I had 4 children, I had twins, which was a lot of my body. I thought maybe I was just strengthened, and was what you also advised, I was just strengthen my everything, my muscles around my hips and everything, maybe that could just help the functioning of my hip better. And then we tried that, and that didn't work. So I just thought, okay, maybe I must go through with the process that Dr. Snickers advised, and that was a hip scope, and actually to repair the labrum tear as well. So I went. It was last year in June. I had the operation, and I always had a limp in my walk as well, and I just felt after the operation I never fully recovered after that. I always had pain. I couldn't even walk a kilometer without having pain. So I realized, this is not a success. And I went through with my rehab the whole time. I started rehabbing, I think, in 2022 already? I started with my rehab.
Can I quickly jump in here? So this was part 1. So this is what we videoed as part 1.
Okay.
So this is the whole process behind the hip arthroscopy and the labral tear, and we actually set up the outcomes measures as you see in the case study. So yes, I want to hand it back to you in terms of what happened after the hip labral repair, and we advise to go on with the following step. Can you fill it in for us?
Yes.